Hello, my name is Ryan Gilgerson, lead creative here at Company 119, and this is another episode of The Coffee Cup. We thank you so much for joining us. Obviously, through the magic of YouTube, you could be watching this at any point in the future, but it is a holiday week here. We're getting ready for Christmas, and we thought it might be fun to do a Christmas spectacular. We might even do two this week. Who knows? All bets are off when you're caught up in the spirit of the season. But I was doing some work yesterday on some mobile preparedness tips, and I thought, wouldn't it be great if you had a wish list for your mobile site that you could write out, set it on a table next to some cookies and milk, and see if Santa could drop off all of these goodies for your mobile site to make sure that it's ready for your customers next Christmas when it comes around. Might be too late for you to do all these things this year for the big rush, but next year, Black Friday rolls around. Hopefully you'll have all of these things checked off on your mobile site checklist. So welcome to Digital Branding Strategy, Christmas wish list for mobile sites. First thing you want, fast loading pages. Very important. The biggest culprit for why pages don't load fast is missized images. If your images are too big, it takes longer for those to load up on your phone, and by the time they load up, the person who's trying to look at your site has already moved on to another site. Also, CSS and JavaScript can slow you down. The less connections you have on your mobile site, the better. So if you can clean up some of those things, you're going to have a fast loading page and people will stay on there long enough to see what you're talking about. Next, you want to have clear calls to action. See what I'm doing here? Kind of builds up. You want to have clear calls to action on your site. If you're not getting conversions from your site, it could be that people don't know what they're there for. They don't know what the point is. Use buttons. Make your calls to action easy to see. Be very clear and concise with your instruction so that people know exactly what they're doing when they get to your mobile site. Next, fonts to read quickly. All right, that one was a little tough to word. I didn't know quite how to word that to make it fit the song. You want to have clear fonts on your mobile site. Sometimes fonts that look really good on your desktop site don't translate well to mobile. Sometimes they're very, very small, very hard to read. Sometimes just by the nature of the size of a mobile device, a font that looks really cool on a desktop just gets muddled when you try to put it onto a mobile site. So make your fonts easy to read so that everybody knows what to do. Then next, we've got click to call buttons. Click to call buttons. If somebody is on a mobile site, that means they want to get a hold of you fast, they want information now, and if it's time to react, they don't want to go fumbling around looking for your phone. They don't want to disconnect from the site to go call you on their mobile device. They just want to hit a button and talk to somebody. So have click the call buttons on your page, put it right on the home page, very easy to find, so that way if somebody sees the information that they want and they want to act on it, all they have to do is hit one button to call you and they're all taken care of. And finally, clean site layouts. I'm almost embarrassed of myself right now. Clean site layouts. Why not? Sometimes you can do a lot of colorful things on a desktop with your site and it looks awesome. And then when you pull it up on mobile, it just doesn't translate well. You don't have to have a completely white background, although white backgrounds do look really sharp on mobile a lot of times. But you don't necessarily have to have a plain white layout. Just make sure that you're not using too many colors. And that's another thing that might give you an issue with your site loading up fast as well. So make sure that it's really clean. Make sure that it's easy to see. Have dynamic colors, fonts that look good on top of a color if you're going to pick it. And again, if all else fails, if it's not looking good, there's nothing wrong with having a white background on your site for mobile. So there you go. There's a little wish list for you for your mobile site preparedness. If you could do all these things, then next year when Black Friday rolls around, you're going to be ready for the rush and you're going to make more money than ever. So put out a big cup about this big of milk right next to some cookies, right next to Santa's chair, and tell them these are the things you want for your site to be ready. We hope you learn more about mobile site preparedness before you finish your first cup of coffee than your competition will all day. You have a great day.